So Dungeon Quest's most recent update brings us the ability to drop one extra item no matter what, even if you are doing non-hardcore and don't have the extra item game pass, which in my opinion, this update was needed a long time ago. But before any of that, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. So yeah, even on this board right here, as you can see, it says live now, permanent +1 loot from all dungeons and raids. So if I go over here and collect my daily reward, it's not actually going to give an extra item because I don't think we need 5 items from daily reward. And as well as Greg still gives 3 items, which I feel like was already generous enough. But what actually changed is raids and actual dungeons, which I feel like was the perfect addition. You know, actually progressing through this game and only getting 1 item after spending at least like 10 minutes on a full round might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but a full entire round for 1 item, the chances of that actually being useful and helping you progress are extremely low. So it is a very good addition to have more loot in each dungeon. But yeah, if you actually watched the Mage versus Warrior video part 2, at the end I started complaining about how little loot I was getting, and I actually said that they should add more items, but I already lost like half my health, bro. I still am so weak to these guys because I desperately need armor. I'm still using the same armor from the start of this video, and we have less than 20 minutes left, bro. This is actually infuriating to play when I can't get anything good. They definitely got to make it so you get more items, because there's no way that 1 item is just fair at all. I feel like it should just be 2 on non-hardcore and then 3 on hardcore without extra item, and of course with extra item you'd get 3 in non-hardcore and then 4 in hardcore. I feel like that makes more sense because getting only 1 item is brutal, especially when it's just something extremely useless. You're never gonna progress.
Hey, come on, come on. He's almost dead. 30 seconds left. 1 more spell. I think I got this. I think I have this. Boom. I beat him. Level 62. We got something purple. What did we get? We got Guardian Helmet, of course.
And boom, there we go. He's dead. Please. There's no way, bro. Yeah, I lost this challenge. This is exactly what I mean. 1 item and this is just the worst item in the game, bro. That is so, bro. So I guess they kind of took my advice. I mean, someone else could have easily thought of that, but it did kind of happen after I said it, so it makes me feel a little bit special. But yeah, honestly, a great addition to Dungeon Quest, especially 1 week before the new dungeon. Imagine trying to beat the new dungeon and you finally get your first completion and you get like a taunt ability or something. That would suck. So now it's going to be 2 items if you have no game passes or non-hardcore, 3 items if you're doing hardcore with no game passes, but then 3 items if you have game passes on non-hardcore, and then 4 items on hardcore and with a game pass, which is crazy. So yeah, things are definitely going to be a little bit less rare, I guess you could say, because technically you have like an entire new slot to get loot. But then again, I don't think anyone would mind getting more loot. So honestly, like I said before, a great update. So let's go ahead and actually test it out. So just to test it out, I'm going to start in Desert Temple real quick, and let me go ahead and beat this dungeon, and I should get, I believe, 3 items from this because I have extra items. So let's see. And this is non-hardcore as well, and hopefully I can get Greg as well just to showcase that it didn't change, but I'm sure you guys can believe me on that. Honestly, I think if they added 1 loot to everything, including daily rewards and Greg, that may have been a little bit too much, because then it's kind of like free loot. But yeah, as always on new dungeons, you won't be able to get loot from daily rewards. But now that there's Greg and boss raids, I've seen a lot of people worried about those actually giving new dungeon loot, and while most people would just assume that it's going to be super easy just to get loot off the bat, well, I'm assuming they would never do that. Obviously, they're going to turn off loot for those probably for like a week or 2 until after the update. Makes sense. But we're here on the sand golem, so once I kill him, we're about to see how much loot I get. Boom, there we go. He's dead, and boom, there we go. Just like that, I got 3 items in non-hardcore mode. Keep in mind that I do have extra item, but that is still crazy. 3 items. That is going to help so much. Even as free to play, you can get 3 items in hardcore mode now. But anyways, I'm back here in Desert Temple once again, except this time it is hardcore mode. So we're about to test it out once again, but this time we should get 4 items, which is actually crazy. That is going to accumulate up to so much loot. Hopefully they add something where you can increase your inventory size, because I don't think 300 slots is going to be enough anymore. I already get my inventory filled quite often, so we're going to have to see how this plays out. But like I was saying before the end of last round, I'm sure that they're not going to enable loot for the things like that, because a lot of things have been added since the release of Yokai Peak, which is the last dungeon almost a year ago now, which is crazy. But yeah, now you can get loot from boss raids, you can get loot from Greg, you can get loot from daily rewards, which has always been a thing. But it's been a tradition to have to wait 1 week, or actually 2 weeks, I'm not sure, just a few weeks until after the update actually comes out, until you can actually get the new loot from the daily rewards, just so you can't really get free loot just straight off the bat, which makes sense. But now that there's Greg and stuff, I'm sure they're gonna do the same thing. So let me go ahead and kill the boss once again, and this time we should get 4 items. So let's see. Boom, there we go. And we even got a legendary. That just goes to show with that extra item slot, it's definitely gonna help out people's luck. I mean, it is only Desert Temple, but then again, you know, they're a little bit rare, not exactly the easiest to get. And now I'm here in a boss raid because, like I said before, 1+ loot has also been added to boss raids as well, and this is tier 5 as well, so I'm pretty sure it's like the maximum loot you could get. So I'm kind of serious how this is gonna look on the screen, just getting a bunch of stuff, and hopefully I can actually get something good from this. So yeah, let's just see. All right, well, somehow I lost the other raid raid because of time. Apparently too many people died, but I'm here in a hella boss raid solo. So I'm gonna test it here. Hopefully I can actually beat this. It is gonna take a lot more effort rather than just standing there in the Goliath raid. But yeah, we're about to test this out. All right, and the boss should be dead. Boom, there we go. Finally, took a little bit of time, I can't lie, but oh my gosh, we just got 7 items. That looks so weird to see on screen. But yeah, another thing I just wanted to share is the cover art for this update. Now here it is. So obviously it says +1 loot forever at the top with a green item and an ultimate item and even a brand new armor at the bottom. And of course, I think the background is just the Abyssal Void background with confetti or something. Maybe just like celebrating the fact that there's more loot. But yeah, this is very interesting because pretty much everything here has never been seen before. Now, first of all, the green item, it looks like red dual daggers or cleavers or whatever with eyes on them, of course, the whole theme of the dungeon. But who knows, maybe that's a new cosmetic or even a weapon. I'm not sure if they would just drop the leak like that, but they put a green item background behind it. So I'm assuming it's nothing too special, but still cool to see. And of course, what caught people's attention the most is the ultimate over on the right. And honestly, the first time looking at this, I mean, I think they blacked it out on purpose to keep it more of a secret. But in my opinion, this very closely resembles the Warrior Ultimate concept art for Gilded Skies, which obviously, as most of you guys know by now, was scrapped because there was never a Gilded Skies 4th boss, as it was the same time that Voldex actually bought Dungeon Quest. So yeah, that never ended up happening. But by the looks of that icon, who knows, maybe we're actually getting this as like a cosmetic or something, maybe even an item in game, but I kind of doubt that because it's kind of weird to just add in a Gilded Skies weapon into the Abyssal Void. Maybe like a corrupted version, but who knows. But yeah, going back to this, you can see the little like swirly things around it as well, and it even has like a shield part to it. But then again, this sneak peek right here actually has a similar looking weapon, I can't lie. It is kind of like a lance shape with swirly gray things around it. So honestly, I have no idea which one it could be, but it does have an ultimate background behind it. So I bet a lot of people are speculating that we're getting a new ultimate. However, I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure they don't want to add that back because even in Northern Lands, when you get an ultimate, it doesn't say it in the chat, and behind the icon, after you get on the retry screen, it shows a bronze dagger. So I'm sure they didn't even bother adding that at all because who knows, maybe they're never going to return to the ultimate idea. But now that this is out, who knows? In my opinion, I think it might be a cosmetic or something. If they're actually going to add an ultimate, I don't see them bringing back the actual weapon. Probably just a cosmetic, which is still cool though. And then at the bottom as well, this armor honestly looks sick, but I do think they've already leaked a bunch of armors, and I don't think they'd have like 4 armor sets, which I think is what they've leaked now. I'm not gonna lie, they do look very similar, all of them, but this one is honestly sick. I wonder if it has anything to do with the ultimate. Who knows, maybe they're like a matching cosmetic combo. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. We basically just got an entire update and sneak peek in one. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this change? Do you prefer having an extra item now in every single dungeon, or did you for some reason prefer getting less loot? You know, this could be game changing because I already know all the times I've done the challenges where I do 1 hour and stuff, the worst part is getting 1 piece of loot after a super long run and it just being completely useless, basically setting you back a bunch. So I'm glad they took this idea and actually added it to the game. But yeah, make sure to like the video if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe.